Hey everybody, clearing, pine cone's back. I just had the thought I should have googly eyes on it. Vote in the comments below, googly eyes on pine cone or leave it as is. Oh, googly eye. Okay, that's the energy of today. Let's see what else we can get into. So while I am shuffling today, all I heard was, what does mastery look like becoming for the collective at this time? So let's dive into it. Ooh, I also remember I was meant to light a candle. I have one again. I used to have candles in all of my readings and I stopped doing that, and I have a candle sitting there, so we're going to transmute by flame for some readings here. So, okay, what does mastery look like for the twin collective at this time? What can we see? We are getting something in the justice in the neutral position. Wow, if that isn't high priesty, mercy, humility, compassion coming in. So justice is very cut and dry, right and wrong. When we're in neutral about that, we're considering the energetics of things. It's not just out of principle or, for the heck of it, just because. We're getting into the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law so much anymore. As we evolve, we're seeing things that way. So let's take a look at how this more compassionate justice is coming in for the divine feminines. What can we see? Oh, there's just like a gazillion cards. I have 4 packets of cards that flew out for the feminines. The one that caught my eye most is Union and Empress in the reverse here. So 4 of Wands, 1111. The theme of staying neutral regarding justice, it really is this feeling, don't point out what's going on with your divine masculine right now when you're not fully in the Empress yet. That does not mean you don't have the potential. I think ego gets involved when messages like this come out for divine feminines by saying there's more work to do. When will it ever be done? But this is really, even if you are energetically pure, I think that's where we get a little hung up in ego sometimes, thinking that people don't see the true us or don't know how hard we've tried or how much we've overcome. That's not it. This means loving yourself fully with grace, so that even the things in the 3D that still need to balance out, purpose, mission, karma cleanup, finances, living situation, relationships, that you give yourself the compassionate time you need to have those 3D results. Also follow the energetic truth. We saw a couple of days ago in the YouTube reading for the divine feminines that these 5D truths are about to be revealed through this eclipse season in the 3D. And that's the rite of passage that brings you into Empress energy for all to see, that you've literally transformed your life and you are stepping step for step in this new spiritually founded expression. So stay neutral about any of those assessments that you might not be in full Empress yet. Does not mean that you are not resonating in that divine feminine. It means that there are still the denser layers of the 3D to follow suit, and just allow the process to be what it is, because it might not all be about you and your worth. Divine feminines, it can also be all the souls that are watching you go through these transformations. Sometimes it's slow paced so that others can see it too, in bite-sized pieces that they can chew. We also have, oh wow, here comes this beautiful Ace of Wands that we see all the time. This is divine masculine becoming spiritual, the Page of Wands, laying the burden down, desiring to have a spiritually, intuitively guided life as well, and the passion that ignites between counterparts. I'm on the relationship bandwagon here because we just had that union card, the 4 of Wands, and here are these 2 wands. It takes 2 wands from each side of the feminine masculine dynamic to make the Four of Wands. And so this is the soul purpose and the passion that brings the twins together. This is you focusing on that in your own right, Empresses. So yeah, bring in the divine level justice that does say this is a work in progress and it's authentic. You can't fake this zing when you're actually in alignment. Your emotions, your mind, and your body all know this truth, and you can't pretend that you're in this alignment when you're not. This is unmistakable. And so it's not a punishment if you're not. It's a instrumentation to allow you to explore further. If you're not in this, there are discernible reasons, and you can trace those. You are becoming incredibly discerning and wise divine feminines, and so there are justified and neutral energies that indicate why there is an on switch, an off switch to connection, to our state of being at any given time. And it doesn't mean that it's a negative. It doesn't mean it's a positive. It means it's neutral. It's just energy. So divine feminines are understanding this neutrality of mastery, of non-attachment, in light of the sensual aspects, the sensory aspects, the soul aspects in the material realm, how that dance happens on all the levels. And then we also have three major arcanas coming out together: the Strength, the Lovers, and the Death card. Lovers and Death card are in the reverse. So this higher love is grounding. We're in the midst of that great transformation, the great elation, but also the grounding of it. And this is the humility that brings it in. We can be in ego or in humility. We can walk that line of neutrality, divine feminines, where it just is what it is and it's en route. So patience is coming in as a word there. And then autonomy. So we're getting a lot of messages about spiritual autonomy, sovereignty, and just knowing that everything you're experiencing can be discerned in your own emotions, mind, and body. You are a map of consciousness. You are a fractal. And you can read energy by how you pick up on the cues in your own system. If you can be in non-attachment, you can be very accurate with reading anything. Nothing can be hidden from you if you are balanced. And it's all there. Divine feminines. Okay, divine masculines. What does the mastery look like for the masculine polarity at this time? We just get one card that desires magical alicorn rides with the twin. So yeah, two peas in a pod. I just heard divine masculines, neutrality and justice coming in regarding mastery. Looks like no holds barred. You're ready to soar with your feminine in magical ways, in very unique and unconventional ways, never before seen modes of conduct. This is really cracking me up. This is one of the funniest cards from yesterday. Divine masculines, your characters, and you maybe have been playing it safe, but mastery looks like you coming out with this incredibly fun-loving and free-spirited side that your feminine draws out from you. The self-consciousness can go away here, because it doesn't matter what people, onlookers, would have to say or their opinions on it. You know that you're in such a joyful, pure alignment that you can basically do no wrong, and if others have something to say about it, that's on them, not you, because it is so truly pure and playful and joyful that it is blameless. So yeah, you really have shed a lot of layers, Divine Masculines, and that is mastery. When you can self-identify as absolutely anything you want, you're in mastery, where you give yourself permission to let your soul and heart sing, and then also have come into such a purity that you know that your counterpart, your Divine Feminine, is that one playmate that can go in all of those directions with you, that would stride for stride, two peas in a pod. What a beautiful, beautiful truth to behold, Divine Masculines. So yeah, it's kind of on the world if the world doesn't support that liberated thing. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let's get into a bit of a mirrored reading here. Where are the Divine Masculines and Feminines at regarding the connection? Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial messages coming through. Where is the Twin Collective at regarding how the masculines and feminines are thinking of the connections, thinking of each other at this time, feeling on the heart space for the connections, the status of the connection, and for their counterpart at this time? What are the wishes that each have for the connection? What actions are each taking towards the connection at this time? What are the biggest challenges for each? What is the spirit-guided solution for those challenges? And where is the energy going in the near future? I need to shuffle one more time. And we'll get a union space card as well. Pine cone moving over. And union space. What can we get here? Okay, masculines, thinking about the connection consciously. That you were right, Divine Feminine, High Priestess in the reverse. This is the mercy, humility, compassion, but this is you, Divine Feminine. Something you've said, something you've expressed, something that you've demonstrated has been balancing out your divine counterpart in this last cycle, whether in communication or not. The yin-yang there is a real humbling, sorting, seeing both sides of it and harmonizing. It's an alchemical process that the masculines are surrendering to, looking heavenward for this interpretation, how to balance out this incredible resonant truth with their previous worldview. So something has been changing them under the surface, Divine Feminines, about this connection, about what you represent, about the embodiment that you are, your frequency, your freedom, I just heard, has been an inspiration, your spontaneity, something about how unguarded you are, Divine Feminine, has impressed upon your masculine that they're a stick in the mud and they need to loosen up, that it's safe, that they can come out of their shell a little bit more. I'm very much getting, even for the ones who are not in communication, this is looking back at memories, but it's affecting all masculines right now. What are the feminines thinking of the connection itself? Queen of Swords and karma. Divine Feminines are patting themselves on their backs for being authentic, is what I just heard there, and for not caring what people think, and for like just being like, this is me, just owning it. Divine Feminines, you have nothing to lose, and so emotionally you've won your crown of glory of overcoming the fear of what others would think. Beautiful. And that has absolutely impressed upon your divine counterpart what freedom in action really looks like. It's blameless, it is sweet, it is authentic, and it makes no apologies. Oh, I just love that. Okay, what's the shared space for this one? Growth. Yeah, look at that. We've got a lot of growth going on here. Divine Feminines, you've grown. Divine Masculines, you're growing and have grown to be able to see your divine feminine that way, that's on you, divine masculine. That's not something that's been forced. It's been up for your consideration, and you have considered it wisely. Cool. What is the divine masculine thinking about their counterpart right now? Oh, there's that sensual energy again, like and the Emperor. So divine masculines are very much thinking about what this means. What does it mean? They are undeniably drawn to you sexually, sensually, energetically. This is a lot of DM energy with the Emperor and the King of Wands. This is the shamanic, the soul driven, this soul fire, the unquenchable thirst I just heard. And then this rational, how does this ground? How do we continue moving forward in stability right now? What needs to happen here so that this is a protected motion, that it doesn't, the wheels don't fly off the cart, I just heard. So yeah, divine masculines are very much like, how do I get a handle on the amount of passion that I feel for this person? I just heard. How do I channel something like this? It's almost like fireworks are going to go off prematurely. It's like they can't figure out how to bottle this and sell it, I just heard, or have enough hours in the day to satiate this incredible pull they feel. What can we see for the feminines thinking about their counterparts? Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So secretly they're kind of aloof right now, knowing that the masculines need to make the next move in some way. It's like the divine feminines have really done their best to exemplify who they are, and now they're just hanging back and allowing divine masculines to percolate in that energy. What do we see here? Fecundity, rain. Yeah, new potentials are growing that have never been considered before. The reality of these connections is sinking in, that there isn't an example. That's what's so unnerving about them, is there is so much more kinetic energy in these connections that neither know what's possible here. But the sense of it being a new species, and I'm not talking GMO. This is SMO, spiritually modified. Let's see, S.M.P.s, spiritually modified potentials. F yeah. Okay, S.M.P.s. That's an incredible thing. So see how something new just came through that? Have you ever heard S.M.P.s before, everybody? Make that famous around the world. Spiritually modified potentials. Okay, so even just in this reading on the conscious mind, there's innovation on a new level. Spiritually modified potentials. Meme that. Okay, so you know who that was for. Okay, what are the masculines feeling on the heart space? We get the Eight of Cups here, like the feminines just had on the conscious mind. So divine masculines know there is a choice to be made in this connection about if this is a friendship, if it's more than a friendship, if there are third parties. The Eight of Cups here is highlighting three cups, and here's the Three of Cups. This is third party energy. This is the nothing else will do. On the heart space, the divine masculines know that even if they are not at liberty to come forward to you right now in the fullness, divine feminines, they do know that there is no other relationship, no other example that they can draw on that has been more instrumental in showing them the way, the path, the truth. Even if they're with other people, this is the connection that has shown them how to show up in the highest. So even if they're not with you, they take instruction from this connection into that other connection. And on the heart space, they darn well know this. They know this. Divine masculines, you know this. Divine feminines know this. Know this. They know this on the heart space, that you are the reference they keep coming back to. Divine feminines on the heart space, what is this connection here? Destined path and the foundation. So again, divine masculines are emotionally drawing example from this connection. Divine feminines are drawing inspiration for purpose out into the physical material world from this connection. That is a very DMDF polarized mirror right there. That is a quintessential example of these connections in action. Feminines, you are gaining instruction for your destined purpose from these connections, and divine masculines, you are learning how to love from these connections. What is the shared energy? Home. Yeah, these are the home base energies that we're bringing and anchoring to earth, bringing in from the stars, bringing in from the eternal, bringing in from the spiritual. Amazing. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space for the feminine directly? Here is the, wow, we're getting step for step, because here's another duplicate. The feminines just had this solid foundation being laid, and here's the same card. So divine masculines are always building on the wisdom, on the synergy, on the inspiration, on the psychic connection, on the intuitive connection with you, divine feminine, in their development. They are gaining competency in the ways of unconditional love bit by bit because of you. And as it's a give and take. It really is. It's a process of becoming. It is sure-footed. It is cycle by cycle, revolution by revolution, revelation by revelation. And it is an authentic thing. This is how the new earth templates ground. It's one recognition, one realization at a time, one integration at a time. And it is because of this energetic connection in unconditional love with you, divine feminine, with you, that this thing is happening. What is the divine feminine heart for the masculine? Okay. I'll believe it when I see the passion, is what I just heard. So divine feminines are ever curious about the sexual connection with their masculine, about, is that going to unfold further? Is the passion going to be routed into enlightenment here? Is there going to be shared vision? What is the next anticipated awareness unveiling? Divine feminines are en route for another revelation coming in regarding the passion. I'm hearing in non-attachment, so there's something energetically that the feminines know is going to be shown to them by the divine. I heard the word divulged. So that can mean that the divine masculines are going to affirm the passionate connection, the passionate, that it's undeniable. I'm hearing the masculines are somehow going to acknowledge that the connection has been undeniable in some way. And we get fluidity, outer core. So going with the flow. In the past, I'm feeling like there wasn't so much continuity between the twins. It was more stop-start, broken, piecemeal. And now it's becoming more seamless because there's not so much shock and awe. It's more of a fluid thing. Oh, I'm even doing a figure 8, like that infinite connection cycling between the twins. It's not so broken. Both are realizing it's an eternal connection, and there is a flow even when it's not acknowledged, that the proof is in the connection itself, the histories, the cycles. What can we see for the wish the masculines have for the connection? They wish to see the mystery. They wish to see more things revealed. This is the Aries full moon that just happened, but it's also the next one. I don't know what sign it's in. It's coming. Divine masculines want to see some truth within this next month regarding why they're so emotional and what this is, what this connection is. There's a volatile truth, an emotional truth cracking open. There's a lot of insight coming, and divine masculines are ready to assimilate another truth about this connection in a way that it's like they're feeling like they have to bear down and get ready for, like buckle down and brace themselves, because it's going to be something that they have not wanted to be ready for in the past. The shoes felt too big, so it feels like they're about to be strong enough to handle the truth they've known all along but haven't admitted here. So that's what they want. They want to be strong enough, brave enough, flexible enough, fluid enough to go with the flow of emotion. They want to be able to handle the emotionality of this connection. Let's face it, divine and masculines on the planet have not been taught to justify emotional intensity in very watery ways. And so there's more of a permission coming in to let the tears flow, to let the magnitude of this connection sweep them off their feet like a tidal wave, to surrender to it like a force of nature. What can we see for the feminine's wish? So the masculines want to be swept off their feet by this. They want to feel like they've won this lottery. What are the feminines wishing? For reunion, oh, isn't that amazing? Queen of Swords and King of Swords coming out, more mirroring. So yeah, look at how pensive this Queen of Swords is. Like, I've done my best, I've said my truth, I'm waiting. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if reunion's going to happen, if my masculine's going to actually surrender to this connection and allow the flow to come in finally. So divine feminines are wishing to, I'm hearing once and for all, but we all know that's not going to happen, divine feminines. It's a cyclical thing. But at this stage, divine feminines are kind of, I'm hearing anticipation, but also in her expression, she's really also realizing that there's no need to anticipate. It will be what it will be. The connective card is wildness, and this is electricity. So divine masculines are opening to the wildness of emotion, and divine feminines are opening to the wildness of uncertainty of whether this connection, or not whether, but how, the weather, okay? The other spelling, the climate, the weather, the temperature, the cycle, what the next cycle will bring. And it's the wild unpredictability that keeps everyone on their toes, that allows for this organic thing to be happening. Okay, what is the action the masculines are taking? Ooh, they're looking at the strength to hold their own and continue seeing themselves as single, sovereign, autonomous, even as they develop into more and more faithful, true, dare I say monogamous beings. They are still looking at the benefit of at least self-identifying as single right now and not being pressured into something unduly. What are the feminine's actions at this time? Ooh, we get commitment in the 3D here as well. Fortitude I'm getting for both here. Both are looking at holding their own in the 3D, in consistent, committed actions speaking louder than words or binding. So this is the holy grail of relationships, when people can be this solid as individuals that there is no proof needed. There's just a resonance that that reputation that precedes them, that if they give their word, they mean it. Both are coming into that. What is the connective energy here? Purity. So look at this. This is a separation energy, this icy cold, locked away. But that's what's been developing in this period of separation, is this purification. That is a 33 card. Angels all around it, as we saw yesterday. But yes, this purity is, we hold our own. Even with our counterpart, we don't lose that autonomy when we come into union. We've been preparing to keep that autonomy going into union with our counterpart. Yeah. I do want to do a little bit of a disclaimer here. I know I've gotten some comments recently about polyamory, twins, and all of that. And yes, many counterparts are non-monogamous. I truly believe that the most pristine templates are monogamous, and that true monogamy can only happen in the name of spiritual purpose with combined masculine, feminine. I don't believe humans have true monogamy on their heart space naturally. I believe it's a divinely guided thing that can only happen when two are so focused on a soul level mission together that it warrants that purity, that it's a refining thing, that when we give ourselves permission to explore all connections, that polyamory is a major developmental stage. But I do believe that in time, as we refine, we cannot possibly match multiple people. Once we get to a certain level of mastery, we get more and more discerning. It does narrow the playing field into that one perfect match, truly. That being said, I actually believe that for the next 500 years, we're going to see polyamory as the norm, because all of the old forced, conditional, survival template marriages and connections, that business model is going to be annihilated. I see that. So yeah, we are coming into autonomy, but that does not necessarily for twins mean that it's going to be polyamory in that sense. It does mean being sovereign and being governed by our connection to source, not the relationship. So we're not bowing down to the relationship with even our twin. We're actually coming into such harmony with our connection to source that we just show up in this solid energy that is pure. Okay, what can we see for the biggest challenge for the masculines? The anxiety about being in separation. What is the solution? This high priestess knowing, secretly knowing that it's been a process, a work in progress. What is the challenge for the feminines? The things they don't know, the uncertainty, the undefined future, the ambiguity. What's the solution for that? Clearing the burden in your own right and purging out even down to your subconscious. This means Akashic clearing, generational clearing, healing, karmic purging, the moon, the eclipse, the end of burden, even in the 3D, making peace, letting go and making the changes in the physical to alleviate the burden and not needing to know right now, but focusing on self. What is the common, groundedness, gravity. This is the only way through for the masculines to really drop into the knowing, the intangible, and for the feminines to continue to clear the physical layers and knowing that this is what grounds it. This is the connective thing. Where are the masculine's energies going? Out of anxiety and divine timing. You're going to be given the answers that you feel brewing right now, divine masculines. I'm just seeing you, divine masculines, having the emotional tug of war between the lives that you find yourselves in and these divine connections. the divine is going to give you those answers. It's going to unfold naturally, I'm hearing. So you might be very confused and anxious right now, divine masculines, at the path you feel like you've been led down versus this connection. It's all going to make sense right away, I'm hearing. You're going to have some sort of answer. Karmic situations might be pulled away from you that you think are guaranteed, I'm hearing. Divine masculines, your karmic partners or circumstances, that sort of thing may happen for you, not to you, remember, but things that you thought were guaranteed might fall away, and it might make sense to you what the lessons were in those things in hindsight that you may have been thinking were a priority over this connection. And divine feminines, where is the direction going? The Chariot. Things are moving forward really quickly for you in your own right, which may seem to be taking you away from your masculine, but there's a plot twist I'm hearing. It's going to actually be bringing you closer to your masculine. The more you live your life in flow with what you're meant to be doing, the quicker you'll come into union, I'm hearing. And companionship, we've got animals. But companionship in general. So every connection you have right now, including those with animals, is teaching you about love. Everyone. It's all about learning about relationships and unity consciousness. So take the wisdom from every connection you have across all species and humans right now, and look at companionship for what that is, what it offers, the teachings that it contains. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.